Hey my Pokè Peeps, so on the 11th day of Christmas we got 11 Pipers Piping, I believe. I tried my hardest to come up with a Pipers Piping themed team and it just wasn't working for me. So I decided to make a white team. Unfortunately it also had to be in the underused category of Generation 7. So it was a bit hard to find battles, so I've saved a couple and I'm going to go through them now. So let's check it out. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, it's a pretty generic team. I personally loved playing with it. It was a lot of fun and it has actually had a fair bit of synergy besides not having very good fire coverage. Yeah, it was really good. So Togekiss here, Serene Grace. The main thing of this one is trying to go for an Ancient Power on its first turn. If it gets the boost, it's pretty much going to win the game. Nasty plot there as well. If they don't have anything fast on their team, just chucking in Nasty Plot out, should be able to win that way. Then we have our Winter Sawsbuck. Again, pretty cool set. I definitely should have had, I think it gets Stomping Tantrum. Stomping Tantrum on this just would have been more effective, but we didn't do it, so that's all good. Wild Charge is what we have in the battles. Then, this is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time sets to use. The Skill Link with the King's Rock. So, King's Rock has a 10% chance to flinch. If you hit them up to 5 times, you have a 50% chance to flinch. It's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. And you get a lot of flinches, and it's a little bit haxy. But you also get some pretty decent hits off. Chinchino's not actually that weak. So yeah, it's a fun Pokemon, really enjoy using it. Then we have our Swanna here, the Flaming Z Mirror Move set. I really just wanted to see it work. Again, I usually get a Flaming Z up, but then from that point I start to struggle, so haven't really succeeded with it. But you know, that's life. Then we got our Focus Ash, Frostlass. This thing's pretty much there to get a little bit of entry hazards up, stop them from getting entry hazards up, and potentially get a kill with Destiny Bomb. Then we have our Absol, basically just one of the main sweepers. Super strong. As long as they don't have anything fairy, Absol's pretty good. Right, so let's find a game and see how we go. Alright, so the first game, as you can see, it's a pretty threatening, underused team. A lot of Pokemon that I've personally used in the past, and I know are absolutely terrible to deal with. The Darmanitan. The Darmanitan is probably the most threatening Pokemon there. Then we have the Hydreigon, and the Aggron's just going to be a wally, tanky, absolute beast. Horrible to deal with, but can be fun. So, looking at this team, I'm thinking entry hazards wouldn't be a bad thing to have. I know it does have 3 levitating mons, but 2 of the ones that are going to touch ground are particularly bulky and wally. So, if I get some sort of rockage up, I'm going to be doing okay. So, let's see how we played this. Yep, leading with Frostlass, he leads with Mew. I go for a Taunt automatically, assuming Stealth Rocks. He just goes for the Psyshock. He's killing me here. We get a layer of spikes up. I go for a Destiny Bond, and there goes the Mew. So, did exactly what it was meant to do. Then I go into Togekiss thinking, you know what, this is scary. Go for a Flamethrower. It actually does a fair bit. He misses the Thunder Wave, which is pretty huge, and we end up taking out the Aggron. Now, the Darmanitan comes in. I didn't think that would kill, but it did, so unfortunate. Then I go into Swanna, and I think, hey, let's do the Z Mirror Move, blah, blah, blah. So we do that, we get the attack boost, and we almost take it out with the Brave Bird. He sets up a Carmine, which is great. We can go for another Brave Bird, take it out. So Swanna v Suicune, Swanna wins. Crobat comes in, and I was kind of thinking maybe he goes for a Defog, but he went straight for the Brave Bird and was the Life Orb set, so we didn't get the kill. Should have gone for Aqua Jet, but you know. And then I should have gone for the Sucker Punch there. Really playing quite horribly here. I'm thinking I'm going to switch into Sawsbuck. I know it's going to die. My only hope is this Chinchino that can potentially outspeed both of these mons if they're not scarfed. And Diamantatan, not scarfed. Not sure why he's playing that set. Doesn't make sense to me. Maybe a Sheer Force set, but still. And not a scarfed Hydreigon, so I'm thinking, okay, we can do this. Here we go, we get one of the flinches, which this Pokemon's known for, and we actually win. After playing so terribly against that Crobat, it was pretty incredible to come back from it, in my opinion. I got one more game, so let's see how we go with that one. Alright, so second game we got. It looks pretty scary again, a very, very strong UU team. Obviously got Scizor and Sylveon, the Muck in there. Some pretty big bulky Pokemon with the Chestnut and Donphan, and some speedy as hell with the Manectric. So yeah, I was kind of scared coming up against this team. My initial thought was if I lead with my Chinchino, I believe, I can get some flinches, and Chinchino's kind of okay against everything except for the Scizor and probably the Manectric, so I think that's what I led with. Yeah, so Chinchino comes out here, we go for the Bullet Seed, and that's going to do probably just under half because Donphan is so bulky. It's pretty obvious from that damage though, it's a max defense on. He just goes straight for the Leech Seed here. I'm thinking he's going to switch straight into go for the Spiky Shield. He goes into Manectric, we go for the Ancient Power, we don't get the boost, so I go into Frostlass. In my opinion, my least useful mon in this battle. He just has a lot of things that really are kind of happy to take me on. The Scizor in particular. Curse Body, really useful there. We can go back into Togekiss here, go for another Ancient Power, potentially getting the boost. We don't get it. That's okay, we go into Swordsbuck. We don't take that much damage. He can go into pretty much anything though and do some damage to us. He's actually going to just be the Drain Punch step and take us out. Again, fine. Swordsbuck wasn't really going to do anything in that game. We're back into Togekiss here. We go for the Ancient Power. Don't get it. Flamethrower though. Kill the Scizor. Don't know why he didn't go for a Bullet Punch, but he didn't. Now I'm trying to think what's my least useful one in this particular game, and it was the Chinchino. And now he goes into Muck, we go into our Swanna, and I go for the Z Mirror move, get that boost, and he doesn't get a Poison, which was great. We go for a Brave Bird, take it out, take ourselves out unfortunately, but a big threat out of the way. Now he goes into Sylveon here, and I'm stressing out because these things are so powerful. I can see that it's not a choice spec set, which is awesome for us because obviously we can live. I'm going to keep going for this. We actually get the boost, which is incredible. Now, we pretty much just have to proceed to destroy. I go for an Air Slash, we miss. He goes for a Hyper Voice. We've probably got one more survive in us at this point. He hits it again, we survive. Right now I'm thinking, what's he going to do? We get a flinch. Amazing. I'm going to kill this thing because I know I can outspeed everything on his team at this point. I probably need to hit it 2 more times, which is unfortunate, but also is fine. I go for another Air Slash, he goes for the Wish. I know he's going to protect here, so we have the opportunity to go for the Nasty Plot, and now we're going to be killing everything pretty much. Although the Sylveon's most likely going to live one more attack, as it does, we get another flinch, very luckily. It is 60%, so, odds were in our favor, but we take that out. Now, he can go into his Manectric, doesn't really matter. We can go for the Ancient Power, take that out. I was kind of hoping to get another boost, just for a bit of salt in the wound, and he does end up quitting there, because his Donphan wasn't on great HP, and neither was his Chestnut going to survive a +3 Air Slash or Flamethrower. So yeah, pretty cool team. Worked out pretty well in both situations. Swanna actually getting 2 fairly big kills in both games, so it's not a bad Pokemon, particularly with that Z mirror move. Alrighty guys, so hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more content. If you did enjoy, check out some of my other videos. I'm sure you'll like them just as much. Anyways, bye!